Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Dak speaking, and today's video will be on a topic that is very much controversial. It's the topic of relationship abuse and small acts of violence in the course of a relationship. I will probably get a lot of heat on this video, but I must say with the utmost sincerity that I will not be hosting barks and abuses, verbal abuses at me in any of my videos, really. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to moderate comments on this video, because I know that the majority of people are stupid. That there's no way, there's no other way to say it, really. Majority of people are stupid. I totally own this this claim. And so what I'm gonna do is moderate the comments. So this video is about an answer that I gave to someone online because I like to help people when I'm online. And one thing I do is I answer questions. There's lots of sites that answer questions, like Yahoo Answers, Answer Bag. In this case, it's about a question I answered in Answer Bag. So, here's the question. My husband is physically and emotionally abusive to me. We have kids and they do not want me to leave him. He does the abuse in front of them sometimes. Is leaving him wrong or right? I want what is best for my children, but I do not like the abuse. Okay, so hundreds of answers, and I don't think I've seen one that try to evaluate it in a more deep level. So this was my answer. Okay, so I'm gonna read it to you and tell me what you think in a respectful manner. I will give you the answer nobody seems to want to give. I understand you are looking to gather strength, to gather social support to back up your ideas. It's important that you realize that only you are in the position to make a good call, and nobody else. Only you know the value of everything at stake to be able to come to a conclusion. I do not agree with people telling you what to do. So try to read what people are saying as, this is what I would do, since they have no right to make decisions for you or to have that kind of power over your life. If they knew better, they would understand that it is not proper to be telling people to break up relationships. It is not their place. They don't value your relationship. To them it's exactly the same if you stay or don't, and when something is indifferent to you, you usually judge it in a light-hearted manner. Now I'm going to post you a text I did over these subjects. This is how I see things. And now I'm posting this text that I left in a social network where I'm a member called Zanga. Okay, this is from December 8th, 2008, and the title of the post to which I answered, it was slapping your girlfriend, is it ever okay? Okay, this could be slapping your boyfriend too. It makes no difference. So here's my answer. I believe it may or may not be a big deal. I think it is never a good thing to hit someone, be it punch, slap, thump, whatever its form may be. Now, is it unacceptable? There is no objective standard. Only a person who is slapped can attribute relevant meaning to the action, put it in context of situation and history, and know what to do in reply. Many times the person may feel it is kind of justified. People should realize men, women too, is not rational. This means he is not just rational. Only ideas are rational, or not. A person is both rational and emotional. An emotion is much closer to action than reason. This means there's like a neural shortcut between an emotional physical phenomenon and the action it causes. In reasoning, there's this whole conscious process. It slows action down. We should always avoid violence like the plague. I, as an anarchist, am all about eliminating the initiation of force in human interaction. Nevertheless, I can appreciate the fact that good people can hit and do all sorts of other bad things. I can understand someone who is capable of hitting or has hit can still be very much in love. And if you think the opposite, you just don't know any better. I realize people can lose their temper. Some people have shorter fuses, and sometimes people just are not in possession of the necessary emotional controls that enable them not to bypass reason. I do personally make a distinction between an occasional slap and a history of continuous and regular slaps, and between a slap and a punch or a kick. And someone who doesn't just does not know any better. I don't believe it is wise or appropriate to make judgments over what someone should do regarding the described situation. Only the person who lived it can put it all into context and be objective. We are used to thinking only someone who views something from the outside can be objective. This is false. Having no relation with the subject of our judgment is not a way to be more objective, because that necessarily means we don't know the whole story, and we lack part of the truth of the matter, namely the subjective experiences of victim and aggressor. This just means you simply do not know as well what's at stake. Also, you have no empathy. You don't know what can be lost and how important it is for the victim to keep. This means you have no notion of value, since value is very much subjective. You can't really provide proper meaning to the whole situation. Also, have in mind that it is really easy to be rational with strangers, or even people you don't have to live with, if they get on your nerves, or you can just walk away. Now, if it is the people you share a bed with, this is not the case. And if the person is nagging you like crazy and throwing a tantrum, yes, grown people throw them too, you can refrain yourself, try to reason, and that's what you should do. But the person should also cooperate. Try to reason. Play ball. Sometimes the person doesn't. Are you just leaving your home for a couple of hours every time that happens? Maybe. To each his own. I'm just saying it is not in no way as simple as dealing with strangers or acquaintances. Now, to sum it all up, violence is always a tragic display of self-defeat. You effectively lose or give up on exercising self-control, restraint. It is according to your nature both to restrain and to lose it. We should try to keep ourselves as rational as possible and avoid violence like the plague, but should also understand the world is not black and white, and a slap is not a big deal unless the victim makes it one. And only she, the victim, can know when it is time to call it a deal breaker after assigning responsibility to both parties. That's how I see it. This was a Sal. Be cool and fight it. Fight a good fight.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.